Welcome to Ann Arbor and the Big House, home to one of the most storied programs in college football and the first one to win 1,000 games, the Michigan Wolverines. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day, as we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on the 8th-ranked team in the land, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Buckeyes will kick it away to start. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Wolverines offense will start this game off. Stakes are always high in the game. Careers are made and lost because of it, and they'll have to manage their emotions, guys.
Some games in college football just mean more. When you think about Ohio State and Michigan, you think about not just Big Ten implications, national title implications, Heisman Trophy implications. Late in the year, David, this is just must-watch TV.
Must-watch TV. Two of the winningest programs in college football history. This game, I tell you what, recent years has really brought back the tradition and been so much more competitive now that Michigan's also getting some wins.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. To the air, it's Beard. Firing to the right, complete. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. Those winged helmets flew up and down the field as Michigan won in a blowout last season.
It was a beatdown, and the team up north did some spanking to the team down south. And this was already talked about. This is already a rivalry that you get bragging rights. But when it's a one-sided beatdown, and you're Ohio State, and you had a year to simmer on this, you better respond.
Ohio State got spanked by giant animals, too. I mean, that was all over the place. And I'll tell you, Michigan, they came out on fire offensively. Explosive plays. They put their speed on display, and they're going to try and do that again this game.
Makes the grab well past the sticks. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
Runs for the tackle.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Leaves it with the back. He breaks a tackle. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down.
What a nice run there. And from the beginning of time, Michigan football has been synonymous with running the football. You can think back to Tyrone Wheatley, Anthony Thomas, Chris Perry, Hassan Haskins. Big physical runners that also had sprinter speed, and that could change the game. This dude right here, every time he has the football, he has the ability to go the distance, and that's what makes this Michigan offense so dangerous.
That kind of pickup on first down, and you can take a shot here on 2nd and short. The lone back's got it. They'll stop him at the 41, but he's got 10 yards, and they'll move the chains.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
And this will be the 9th play of the drive. They'll run it from the gun. Knocked down at the 35 after a pickup of 3. These two first squared off in 1897, and this rivalry is almost like a history of the sport itself.
So much history, so much tradition. I mean, I can go back to 2006 when they were 1-2 in the country. You know, like, these games really matter. The uniforms are clean. The athletes are flowing. There's tons of athletes all over the place. This is always a huge showdown.
And you think about some of the great coaches that have graced the sidelines in this rivalry. Bo Schembechler at Michigan and Woody Hayes at Ohio State. And it's amazing, in a conference full of trophy games, maybe the greatest rivalry doesn't even have one.
On 4th down, trying to keep the drive alive with the run here. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down. And the Wolverines come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wide out in motion. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for a loss.
Pulled down after a pickup of 4 to the 27. 3rd and long coming from the 27-yard line. You can make a field goal from here. Just don't take a negative play. Back to throw. It's Beard. They're bringing heat. They're working that left side. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker.
Black 24.
Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. On 4th down, looking to pass. Makes the grab, and he's got the first. And he's out of bounds after a terrific run and a nice pickup. It's been a defensive battle through the first period, and the stats tell that tale. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. A first down run in the red zone. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
Picked up some of what they needed on first down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. He'll toss it. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Wolverine.
Well, your opponent can't beat you if you don't give them the football. And they were able to possess it throughout the entire first quarter, and they finally cap it off with that impressive rushing touchdown.
On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So the Ohio State Buckeyes offense will take the field for the first time. One way to mitigate the explosive capabilities he has on the outside is be physical with him, and this dude will do that.
He will do that, and you don't see a lot of offenses take the top off this D because of this guy roaming around the middle of the field. He is a true center fielder, so this receiver's going to have to make plays.
This just such a great job of getting guys.
Off he goes. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
One of the things I love about this offense, Reese, is they have tons of speed. They like to try to get the ball going east-west. That time they generated a huge play going to the right side.
And the defense either not fast enough to fit or got knocked out of the fit.
Yeah, they got to do a better job containing that as this game goes on. They got to funnel the football back to the middle of the field.
And after the incompletion on first down, this offense looking at second down. Pulls it and fires to the left.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times they'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Davis looking to pass. He's got an open man. And a big-time grab there. Knocked down immediately, but not before he gets it to the 40. And the Buckeyes have this offense rolling. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
They can really be aggressive after that last play at 2nd and 3. The RPO, fire complete to the left. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. There's so many great rivalries in college football, guys, but I think this one, because of the disdain and the excellence, sort of rises to the top.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
And they're on him immediately. Down goes the quarterback.
When you talk about outstanding pass rushers, you're always talking about dynamic guys, and he's been that each and every week for this defense. Speed, he's got power. You just simply can't block him, and that last play is his 10th sack of the season.
After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on fourth down so much easier. Just strut him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Gets it out fast. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. He's going to pass. He's going to fire deep. He's got it inside the 30. Touchdown, Michigan. And once he found daylight, it was candy bar the door, baby.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm on offense.
Yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals. If you kick too many field goals, you don't get very many W's.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. Fakes his man out. He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Davis will throw. Pressure's there, and he lets it go. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
And they're not on the same page there. The Buckeyes will try to pin them back with the punt. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. His first one of the day gave that leg a workout 5 times in last week's victory. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Jesse, a very productive drive last time wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching.
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
So now they'll try to mitigate that disaster on second down from the 15. He's looking to throw. Extending the play. He'll let it go down the right side. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. He'll come out throwing on first down. He's not afraid to go deep. Throw to the sideline, and it's complete, and they've got a big play.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play. And I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
He's looking to throw it. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
Here we go.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Got it.
Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. They'll use the running game on first and goal. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Wolverines.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner will be brought down. So the offense has had enough. They'll take a knee and wrap up this first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Fellas, whether it's in the shoe or the big house, when you have these two programs with all that's at stake today, you know emotions run high in a game known simply as the game. And we have to start this halftime breakdown by addressing the play of this elite wide receiver. This is clearly a young man who, once he's finished playing on Saturdays, he's going to be playing on Sundays. The kid has different gears. He has a knack for finding gaps in the defense. And I can't remember a college player with that kind of catch radius. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the fight between Michigan and Ohio State plays out.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. The Wolverines will kick it off to start the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speak and very simple. I score. I get a stop. I score. I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops, so this is a critical drive here for this offense.
And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Fires to the wideout. And the missed connection on third down. The Buckeyes send out the punt unit. Bringing out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. So from his own end zone, the punt is away. He gets a block. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. And now the offense will come onto the field again. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out everybody right now in the same play.
Unnecessary rough.
He stepped out of bounds after a huge play, but hang on just a second. Defense might get bailed out here by a flag. A first down for the offense. Quarterback checking off. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Using his legs to buy some time. He just threw it away. The last thing you want to do is try to force something on first down in the red zone. And here comes the offense on second down. Wide receiver now comes in motion. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. On third and short, they'll go to the power running game. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's first and goal from the 7. So close to cashing it in for this offense. Here comes the option. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Second and goal coming up. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick his way to the end zone. Moving toward the end zone, and fumble! Oh, the fumble! And we've got a timeout here as this coach is challenging the call. He wants to give the replay booth the chance to have another look. He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot. You got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. He's up to 51 yards rushing in this one and within striking distance of a 1,000-yard season. Skips away from pressure. He's going to take off. He is brought down, but man, what a job to find some running room and move the chains. And the Buckeyes will snap it on first and 10. Hand off from the shotgun. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Last play was a near disaster. Now dealing with second and 13. Looking for a crease. It's Kane. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
All right, they showed this in the first half, right? Loaded up, ran the football, had some success. What do they do in the second half? Come back now, pull some guys, go the other direction, have success. Great job by the coaching staff.
quickly to the tight end. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. The Buckeyes are moving quickly down the field. Wide receiver shows motion. Davis looking to pass. Using the quick game. He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. Offense walks through the line for play number 7 of the drive. On second down, just keeps firing. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass. And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. On third and short, they'll try to convert through the air. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have led him a little too much. The Buckeyes will bring the punt team onto the field. On the return, it's Battle. Makes the tackle really strong, disciplined job, and now we have 1 period to play. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. As we start the fourth quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Defense, and that is not happening.
That's such a nice start to this drive, too, because you've got the lead late and you want to run the football. You want to be physically dominant. Defense knows you're going to do it, and still, on the very first play of the drive, you're able to rip off a long run like that. Great vision there, and a nice job up front with the surge by the O-line.
Let's see what this offense has dialed up this time. Davis will throw. He finds his man. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Michigan stole their winged helmets and possibly their fight song from Princeton, but they are giving an Ivy League level education in defense today.
Yeah, and stealing their hearts, just ripping them out, not giving them anywhere to go, no life. This offense has no answers because Michigan's out there just destroying them, giving them a education.
Wants to throw on first down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Kane. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. Line getting set on second down. He's looking to throw. Dumps it off in the flats. Keeps the legs moving. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play. New set of downs after that completion. He wants to throw. Quick strike complete. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Going up top on first down. Got his man quickly. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. That last completion sets him up on second down. The aerial assault continues. Unloads to the wideout. and they can't make the connection.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You've got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
On fourth down, trying to find his man. He's got him, and they convert. Slippery slide, find his way, and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, Dave. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock.
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the game clock as they can before snapping it. You've got to start thinking about using some of those timeouts.
They'll run it from the gun. Plows through the defense. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On third and long, try to convert through the air. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. Can't make the play on the interception, and man, they were looking for their first pick of the game. Instead, it'll be fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. Looking for a productive play on first down. He's going to pass. Gets rid of it. Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much. After the misconnection, it's second down. Davis looking to pass. A strike downfield. The offense gets a quick timeout at this point. Every second is precious. Now a first down from the 45-yard line. Looking to move it through the air. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to find another play. The incomplete pass leaves him with second down. He's looking to throw. That one falls out of bounds, incomplete. He's been under pressure all season, and they really haven't done much to turn down that heat. And it's just hard to imagine that this guy will be back leading this program next year.
Yeah, and you want to see him finish strong, and I think Coach needs to finish strong. All the negativity swirling around the program, obviously, you hear it. It's a part of it. The kids hear it, but finishing strong would kind of ease some of that for Palmer. It's the body of work. Everything he did this season is going to be taken into account, and it's going to be tough, I think, for him to keep his job.
It's a combination of wins and losses this year, but it's also about who's out there. There's some good big-time candidates, some good coaches that could come in. We know they've got the money to spend. It just seems like they're going to make a change.
From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Laundry down on the field as the pass is incomplete, but let's see what the penalty is.
Illegal forward pass. Okay.
So he just lost track of where the line of scrimmage was. The illegal forward pass will wave off the play. Penalty will be accepted. On second down, wants to throw it. Pressure coming. And that's just a flat misfire, not even close to his receiver. Seventh play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at 35. Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. Deep shot for the end zone. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Final minute, this game's on ice. They can take a knee and run out the clock. He tries to take the top off. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, that just shows you how much this quarterback trusts his baller wide receiver. He was double covered on that play, and still the QB tried to force it over to him.
Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. And it's caught inside the 30. Timeout called by the defense, 29 seconds to go. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Defense will take a timeout with 28 seconds left.
And this is the favorite formation in the offense. This is what you want to end every game with. Victory formation, take a knee. You can tell the crowd's into it, digging it, and they're loving the victory.
Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. There's a long and storied history of great games between these two rivals, and this chapter adds another to that legacy.
Really impressed by the poise by the winning team as well here. They weren't overhyped in this game. They came out, they looked prepared, they were calm, definitely confident. David, they were able to go out and execute well enough to get this win.
And it's hard in these rivalry games with all the emotions running so deep. Like, you sometimes get overzealous. Sometimes you get too many penalties. It's hard to rein in your emotions, but they did. They kept it in check, and now bragging rights for a whole year.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.